Hi, my name's Jim Pollard. I'm with your ambulance service for Hinds County AMR. Let's talk a little bit about how you can help your paramedics and EMTs on the ambulance when someone is suddenly very badly ill or becomes awfully injured. Ever stop and think about your mailbox or your house number as a life-saving landmark? Well, we in emergency services, policemen, fire rescue folks, and paramedics and EMTs with ambulance services definitely regard your house number and your mailbox as landmarks. And even in this day of GPS, it's important to make sure that your house number or your mailbox are visible from the street or the road by day and by night. There's no substitute for when you're responding in an emergency vehicle to a particular business or home to have the visual confirmation, to actually be able to see the address on a mailbox or the house number or the apartment number very plainly and easily to confirm that you are in the right place. So let's talk a little bit about what a well-marked mailbox looks like, and we can also relate that to how to post house numbers or apartment numbers that also are easy to spot from the street, from the parking lot, by day and night. Here is a typical mailbox, and we would like for folks who use mailboxes to follow this example. You can see, for example, that the number, the house number, the street number is very plain here, easy to see, and then the name of the family is underneath it, Boyd. Now, a few characteristics of this mailbox that we would like for folks to replicate, to imitate. The numbers should be 4 inches tall at least on the mailbox, and they should be reflective, that is, be able to cast the light back into the eyes of the emergency responders from their headlights or their searchlights on their vehicles. And make sure that you mark your mailbox on both sides the same way, because your rescuers may not be coming from the same direction as your mail carrier, all right? So note again, at least 4 inches tall, reflective, if at all possible. You can buy reflective numbers and letters at any hardware store, maybe probably a big box store as well, the family name as well. And make sure that these letters contrast with the background. For example, we have a silver mailbox. We have black letters that contrast against the lighter background. Now, you can take that same advice for mailboxes and apply it to house numbers, apartment building numbers, business numbers, to make sure that they are also easy to see by day or night when rescuers are coming to a given location. So by all means, make sure that house numbers are posted in a very visible place. Paramedics and EMTs, for example, are typically going to first look for the house number up above the main entrance of a house or a business, or very close to the main entrance. And again, you want those numbers and letters to be at least 4 inches tall, to be of a color that contrasts against the background. And if you live on a corner, we recommend that you put numbers on each side of the building, each side of the building that's facing each street that create the corner. You want a set of numbers here on this side, and then a set of numbers over here on the other street on that side. Now, that way you're more likely to help the paramedics, EMTs, firefighters, and law enforcement folks to find you quite easily. And we also recommend that you not use, you probably have seen this, we recommend that you not use Numbers for a home or a business that are painted on the curb, don't use them by themselves alone. It's fine to have them to supplement a house number or a business number that's up above the main entrance, closer to the street. For example, if you have a porch that sticks out from the door, you want to put the numbers up on the part of the porch that sticks out closest to the street. Makes sense to you? And you want to make certain that you don't have any trees or bushes, shrubs, anything at all that blocks the view of the house numbers or business numbers. That could include, for example, wind chimes and other kinds of things that you might hang that could, if you aren't real conscientious about it, block the view of your house number. So cut back the tree limbs, the shrubs and flowers, ferns, for example, or move them that could be blocking the view of the house numbers. Again, chimes and flags, to name some other obstacles. But once again, don't solely rely on the numbers that are painted on the curb, or, and I'm sure you've seen these kinds of house numbers as well, these fairly low signs that get stuck in the front yard with the number on them, fairly low sign. They're fairly low sign, and they'll have the numbers printed on them. And it's fine to have those, but don't use them solely. Instead, use them to supplement the house numbers, business numbers that are on the side of the building, up fairly high over the door or over the part of the porch that extends closest to the street. And the reason that we recommend not using the house numbers that are painted on the curb solely, or the low signs planted in the lawn solely, is that they can be blocked. They can be blocked by tall grass. The numbers on the curb, for example, a car happens to park there, running water even, leaves, any sort of debris can render the numbers on the curb useless. And the important thing to remember is that in a life-threatening emergency, when someone has a heart that's in trouble, it's failing, and if someone's suffering a stroke, they've grown really dizzy, they lose control of one or the other side of their body, they can't speak well, in a heart attack or a stroke, or when someone is losing a lot of blood, every second that's wasted makes it more difficult for that person to survive the emergency. Makes it more likely that they're going to die. So we encourage folks to follow this kind of advice about mailbox marking and house numbering very carefully, please. Mailbox is often taken for granted, but it is crucial to helping rescuers save people's lives. If at all possible, study up on this kind of advice and put it to use. It could make the difference between life or death, that your mailbox or your house number or building number are easy to spot from the street by day or by night. Now, if you'd like more information about this way that folks can help their rescuers help them, please contact me, Jim Pollard, Pollard, at AMR, at Jim.Pollard, Pollard, Jim.Pollard, Jim.Pollard at gmr.net. And you can also call me directly. My desk number is 601-942-3518. 601-942-3518. Thank you, and on behalf of all the paramedics and EMTs at AMR, your ambulance service countywide in Hinds County, this is Jim Pollard saying thank you and stay safe.